Restoration is brought to you by
Hisense, everyday prices for everyday people.
Malta Guinness.
Tasty Tom new seasoning powder. Flavor and taste are far.
Use Tasty Tom enriched tomato mix.
Thank you, Mom, for letting me know I'm special and for making me my special Indomie. Thank you, Mommy.
Every step we take is ordained by God. Nothing in this life, I believe, happens just like that. It happens because God sets out purpose for us to find so that we can fulfill them. So if you're going through something, do not look at it as just something. Look at it as a call from God for you to find a purpose that will benefit others. This is how I welcome you to this week's episode of Restoration. We're brought to you by Kind Ketsi Hisense, everyday prizes for everyday people. Indomie, yes, that is my choice when it comes to a fast meal. And you know what is amazing about Indomie? It is also extremely easy on your pocket. Stress to box stuff at triple. To send you what Tom now they are triple. We back home. We say so please go out there and grab yourself your Indomie because it is easy on your pocket and also extremely fast to make. So you don't have to wait hours for your meal. A big thank you to Malta Guinness. Yes, Malta Guinness is rich in B vitamins. It is nutritious and it is proudly made in Ghana. So anytime you go out to grab your Malta Guinness, look out for the proudly made in Ghana sticker. Then you know that that is the authentic Malta Guinness that we have been used to all these years in Ghana. A big thank you to Tasty Tom enriched tomato paste. Yes, Nintos amepe. Ntosa with the year adriania. One take a biabum. It is very, very, very tasty, just like the name. So go out there and grab yourself your Tasty Tom enriched tomato paste. We also have our Tasty Tom seasoning, and I have already selected my. I love the stew because stew no yeah jollof. Now with the gumwa, oh my goodness, it gives you that flavor and taste. Just any flavor and any taste, no, a flower baby. So go out there and grab yourself your Tasty Tom seasoning. A big thank you going out to the Sousa Catering Services for always ensuring my team and I are refreshed. To ABS Lux Line, thank you very much for my beautiful outfit. To Natch Beauty for my makeup. Standards Beauty located on the Boundary Road, East Legon. Thank you very much. We'll be right back after this break.
Ghana for Madam Hisense in you. Yeka Hisense ya. Mwamu nimse eye home appliances efe eye papa entry power ne buona so dafo. Hisense ubeto abrochim. Sa quality na ubeto ni Ghana. And nunti na yenya hoto so ya mau 5 years manufacture defect warranty. Air condition, television, say refrigerator, washing machine, sound system, gas cooker, electric cooker, smartphone, and iron. The one dear, yes, no power bia. And Tipora Hisense showroom bia. Kwa dear. Hisense, everyday prices for everyday people.
Tasty Tom tomato mix. Ofa kakra. Na ye bebre. Fa kakra yan kwani stew dodo a ope.
Tasty Tom dear, it will surely give you value for money. Steak and little is enough to get our desired quantity of stew and soup, and it doesn't color your meat or chicken.
Tasty Tom tomato mix into. Me handwriting and sada. Send into customers bar never.
I don't compromise on the quality of my food. Use Tasty Tom enriched tomato mix. This advert is FDA approved.
Alone, we can only go so far. But when we move together, there's no limits to where we can go. Together, we move with feel-good energy. And even if the beat stops, we create our own vibe. Malta Guinness, we move.
Always check for the Made in Ghana symbol. This advert is FDA approved.
Every child is so unique. You like no other.
outstanding in every way.
It's me like no other.
So anytime you walk and play,
You like no other.
you are special like Indomie.
It's me like no other.
Did you know that every child on the planet has their own unique fingerprint like no other?
You like no other. I can play the drums. I'm talented. It's me like no other. I can sing. I can dance. You like no other.
As well as their own unique talents and abilities.
I can cook. I can paint. You like no other. Indomie. It's you like no other.
So every day, in whatever you do, remember you are special in your own way, like no other.
Thank you, Mom, for letting me know I'm special and for making me my special Indomie. Thank you, Mommy. I love my Indomie.
This advert is FDA approved.
Yes, baby.
Honey, men wash you away. Men to take away abba.
He's eating out again. Nancy, me do tasting kuyi.
Tasty Tom.
Tasty Tom. Add the new seasoning powders about chicken, stew, jollof, shrimp, beef. The way it enhances the natural aroma. Tasty Tom, dear. I trust them. And there is no staining of fish, meat, or chicken. Why didn't you just me need also.
Tasty Tom seasoning powder. Ooh.
New aroma.
New taste.
New taste from Tasty Tom, new seasoning powder.
Maybe I need
Maybe I'm not for anyway. Tasty Tom new seasoning powder. Flavor and taste are fun. This advert is FDA approved.
Alone, we can only go so far. But when we move together, there's no limits to where we can go. Together, we move with feel-good energy. And even if the beat stops, we create our own vibe. Maltigans, we move.
Always check for the Made in Ghana symbol. This
Remember, you are special in your own way, like no other.
Thank you, Mom, for letting me know I'm special and for making me my special Indomie. Thank you, Mommy. I love my Indomie.
This advert is FDA approved.
Wait, your tomato mix. Wouldn't so one on pass. Still loud, with tomato flavor, no. No color changing like traffic lights. Come on.
Tasty Tom dear, it will surely give you value for money. The steak and little is enough to get our desired quantity of stew and soup.
Taste not so dear. On point. Flavor near.
And it doesn't color your meat or chicken. I don't compromise on the quality of my food. Use Tasty Tom enriched tomato mix.
This advert is FDA approved.
Alone, we can only go so far. But when we move together, there's no limits to where we can go. Together, we move with feel-good energy. And even if the beat stops, we create our own vibe. Multigans, we move.
Always check for the Made in Ghana symbol. This advert is FDA approved.
There are so many things we take for granted as a people. There are times we feel a pain and we feel it's just a pain, so we let it go. And before we know, it gets worse than we anticipated. My guest today is going to share a story of something that she took as a simple accident, but that ended up being a very nerve-wracking, life-changing situation for her and her family. My guest today is Vickie Amoah. Vickie, how are you?
I'm good, Miss Stacy.
I love your smile. Can I borrow it?
I have always loved yours, so maybe we can exchange.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. By God's
And
grace.
I'm really thankful you reached out. Most people say, "Oh, want to come on restoration," but we don't know how. I tell them, send a message to Instagram. They're like, "How?" I'm like, even Facebook. People think I don't respond. But I do respond. Vickie is a true testament that I do respond.
In fact, I was so shocked. I'm like, really?
I do respond.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm happy you're here.
Thank you so
like
much for
when
the
you shared
opportunity.
when you shared the brief with me, I was like, no, you have to talk to my producer. I need to sit with you and have this conversation.
Wow.
Just after you had your second child, you're just picking a bucket of water.
Yes.
Then what happened?
Then I slipped. Yeah, I slipped and fell. I mean, I just sat on my butt.
Was it like, you know, there are different kinds of slips. We have the one that you're going down, you're able to hold on to something. And we have the one that you just go vroom. And before you know, you're like, your bum
It was like that. You know, she was almost 6 or 7 months or so at the time. And I had traveled. I traveled with my bishop. So I was excited to come back and bath her, you know, because we left early when she was still, you know, very, very tiny. So I was just excited. So the normal and color buckets, small bucket.
And so you're 34, right?
Debbie Ketwa. I just lifted it and I just slipped and sat.
Was there water on the floor?
No, there was nothing on the floor because it was just a step to the bathroom, right from the kitchen, hot water. And then I slipped and sat. And that was it.
So when you sat naturally, you're just going to feel all sort of painful sensations all over your body.
Tinglings all over.
Tingling. But
yeah.
Were you able to get up?
No, I couldn't. So I screamed for my mom. Because when I was traveling, I had to let my mom come, even though we had a help. You know, we had just had 2 little children, and so I needed to let mommy come. So I screamed that I can't get up. You know, so she came to hold me because the towels were all slippery and all. So she held me up, and I just couldn't stand on my feet. So she helped me. I had to now use the hot water I was going to use for my daughter to bath myself. And then I had to sit down. And then and I was telling me, because she knew that we had to go. My husband was not even at home because it was in the morning and he had left. He leaves quite early. So at the time, he was leaving very, very early.
No way.
Yeah. So we had to.
Could you walk a little?
A
few
little,
steps?
a few steps. But then after the clinic and the following day, Miss Stacy, that was it. I was like, what is happening to me? My legs were heavy. It was as if there were chippings in my back, small needles sometimes. I sit for 5 minutes, then I'm screaming. I stand and I can't stand straight. I mean, it was so fast a transition. I just couldn't put myself together, you know. Then everything was put on hold. Let's do initially they said x-rays just to find out. And after the several x-rays, they just couldn't tell. They said they could tell there were some slip discs, but they needed to confirm it well. So I had to do several MRIs.
Wow.
And then they discovered my upper, my middle, and lower back.
No way.
Yes. So it was as if my spine had just collapsed.
Just from that little slip.
From that little slip.
So now you had to deal with upper, middle, and lower.
Yes. That's why I couldn't stand for long. I couldn't
So you're
sit
getting
for long.
fatigued.
Yes.
And you couldn't sit also for long because you were putting pressure on the lower, hip.
Back. And my work, I sit a lot. I type, I edit. So everything is on the PC. I sit a lot. Even if I'm reviewing a book, I sit. Or I lie. You know, lying down was painful. Sitting was painful. It was the most traumatic 1 year of my life.
And I'm sure you couldn't lie on your back.
No, I was advised not to lie on my back. At a point, I couldn't lie on the mattress that we had at home. I had to get another kind of mattress, an orthopedic, very firm. And it was put at the hall. So I wasn't sleeping in the bedroom. You know, and some of the most, the moments that, you know, were quite frustrating were when I would just see my children lift up their hands. Mommy lifts me and I just can't. You know, and
they're young and they can't understand what is going on.
Why won't you carry me? You know.
And when it happens like that, they can cry an ocean.
And my mom will whisper from up there, don't let them see you cry. You know, and I'll just, I cried. Most of the time, I'll just, once they are gone, I'll just cry and ask God what I did wrong. Why at that time? Because everything was very okay with me. You know, childbirth issues are always a challenge. Because they discovered fibroids, and so they would say that this date they will have the surgery. Somehow, miraculously, I would deliver normally. You know, so nobody expected anything else to break me after my second child. And then this happens. I forced myself to get up and pee and do all of that because I didn't think she should do that for me. But she would clean me up. I didn't have to stand for long in the bathroom, so she would just, you know, God bless mommy, wherever she is. And she would encourage me. I remember my husband had to change jobs 3 times because the first job was so demanding. He would go at dawn and come back very late. But because he needed to be there for me, because I was moving slowly into depression. And it was affecting the children because I was becoming moody. I didn't feel like eating. I felt God had, because I had served the Lord for so long. Faithful. What did I do wrong? Those were the questions in my mind. Why would you allow something to happen to? I'm so busy for you. and so that space and that time was just too much for me. When he leaves home, he would ensure the radio is on Sunny FM, because a lot of sermons, a lot of gospel music, just to take my mind off. And he would tell me, don't let the devil win in your mind, because the questions were just too many.
When you went to do your MRI, that gave you the diagnosis that you had your whole back a bit fractured and you had a few discs.
Slipped.
Did you think you were going to walk again?
Actually, there were even several prophecies that came that I was going to be crippled, really. Because when you looked at the scan results
and the x-rays,
yes, they were fractured. it had slipped, and now the membranes or whatever they call it were just sitting on each
So you
other.
see the bone on bone.
Yes, the bone on bone. So it was just crushed. Recently my dad passed, and he also fell. And I saw it. When I saw it, it just brought flashbacks, because instantly he was in a wheelchair. So that was what was supposed to happen to me. We were advised to go to certain specialists. We went, and then they said they needed to immediately operate on me. But they said that the moment they touched my back, it was a 50-50 chance. It was either I was going to walk or I wouldn't walk at all. And at the time, we were quite young. I mean, we had just started a family. It couldn't have been an option. We talked about it with friends, family, and we prayed about it. And we said, if there are other alternatives, we want to opt for those ones. So acupuncture, we had some traditional medicines. I went to a certain hospital. They used pins and needles, hot coals. I mean, it brought a relief. Yeah.
You see, those needles that goes to the back. I see people doing, I'm like, how do you go through that pain?
It's painful.
How do you go through it?
It is painful. But after you come out, it brings some form of relief.
But it's like a lot of needles.
It is. And I don't know how they are able to locate the nerves, and they strategically just position them. They don't numb the place, and so you can feel it when it is, being, pressed in. But once it's in, and then they begin the rituals and all that has to go with it. At a point, it was just too much financially. We stopped that also. And then we focused more on how to practically do this apart from prayer. And then before I knew it, I was able to wear short heels again.
When were you able to take your first few steps after the whole incident?
I'll say probably 8 months. I'll say 8 months. Yeah.
How excited did you become?
I cried. Tears of joy. I cried. I think it was the acupuncture place. Because normally when I get off the bed, about 4 people will hold me because of the pain from the heels when I step. So, I mean, I got down for the first time and I just felt good. Yes. I'm like, can you leave me? Because I was determined not to be confined to something. Because I felt I had too much to achieve for the Lord. I said, can you leave me? The doctor was like, no. I said, just leave me. And I took a few steps. I cried, praising God. And that was the beginning for me.
Mostly through that moment in your solitude, where you don't have the world in your space, you're able to build some amazing connection with God.
Right.
Did you have any encounter during that moment?
Yes, I did. And this was after I had quit blaming God. Like I told you, I was gradually moving into some form of depression. And so I was always accusing him. I mean, that he wasn't fair to me, because this is me right from childhood. I have just loved serving the Lord. At the point I wanted to even become a nun, because I felt I needed some special, dedicated time for the Lord. And I felt having children, getting married would be a distraction. And so I have always loved the Lord. And so I didn't get it why he would allow that. Until a pastor friend visited and said, Vickie, this is not you. Don't let the devil win. Why don't you find out from scripture what the word of God says about your particular situation? I'm like, I don't feel like reading. I don't feel like talking to him, because anytime I'm talking to him, I'm like, why are you doing this to me?
It was always why.
It was always why. Why this? Why that? Why can't I carry my daughters? Why can't I have fun with them? Why can't I take them out? Why can't them cook? I cook for them, because I love to cook, for the family. And so with time, all the songs and the sermons, and one dawn, the Lord just spoke to me about the power of faith confession and what speaking out the word of God can do for us. And I think that most believers miss out on that. we love the word. We seem to hear the word. But to cause it to be effective in our lives is a challenge. So I made my husband get me paper notes, or how do we call sticky notes? And then I would just write out scriptures, confess them, declare them. I am the healed of the Lord. I walk in divine health. By his stripes I'm healed. I am walking, and I'll just have a pictorial image of the things I had seen and the things that he had told me before. Because I had a book with all the prophecies and all the visions and dreams that I have. And then I started having songs in my worship times. Because I don't know at what point, honestly, I cannot tell at what point I transitioned into focusing on God. Because I know that at some point the Lord started giving me names of people to pray for. I'm like, I'm not ready for that.
Yeah, I have my own problems.
Yes.
I can't intercede.
I said, fix me.
Yeah.
I cannot pray for anybody. And every night the list was doubling. And when I shared with my husband, he says, I'm bringing you a book. Let's obey the Lord. Yeah. Write them down. So I'll just write a whole list. And it's in my first book, The Power of Faith Confessions. I wrote them, and I realized that as I'm praying for the people, strength is coming to me. And I'm getting refreshed in a way, in my own way, let me put it that way. And so eventually the songs began. My Faith is in You came, and then some other songs, and I'll just pick the phone and record it. And that's how even my first album came, titled Victory.
So we'll take a quick break. When we come back, we are going to find out how Vickie found purpose out of what was supposed to be a calamity. We'll be right back after the break.
Ghana for Madam High Sense in you. Yeka High Sense ya. Mwamu nimse eye home appliances a. Efe. Eye papa. Entry power. Ne buwana so dafo. High Sense a ubeto wa abrochim. Sa quality na ubeto ni Ghana. And nunti na yenya hoto so ya mau. 5 years manufacture defect warranty. Air condition. Television. Say a refrigerator. Washing machine, sound system, gas cooker, electric cooker, smartphone, and iron. The one dear, yes, no pamo bia. In Tipora High Sense showroom, bia. What dear? High Sense, everyday prices for everyday people.
Alone, we can only go so far. But when we move together, there's no limits to where we can go. Together, we move with feel-good energy. And even if the beat stops, we create our own vibe. Multigans, we move. Always check for the Made in Ghana symbol. This advert is FDA approved.
Tasty Tom tomato mix. Ofa kakra. Na ye bebre. Fa kakra yan kwani stew dodoa ope.
Tasty Tom dear, it will surely give you value for money. Steak and little is enough to get our desired quantity of stew and soup, and it doesn't color your meat or chicken.
Tasty Tom tomato mix inti. Me handwriting and sada. Then ne dia sa netie. Into customers bar never.
I don't compromise on the quality of my food. Use Tasty Tom enriched tomato mix. This advert is FDA approved.
Tasty Tom tomato mix. Ofa kakra. Na ye bebre. Fa kakra yan kwani stew dodoa ope.
Tasty Tom dear, it will surely give you value for money. Steak and little is enough to get our desired quantity of stew and soup, and it doesn't color your meat or chicken.
Tasty Tom tomato mix inti. Me handwriting and sada. Then ne dia sa netie. Into customers bar never.
I don't compromise on the quality of my food. Use Tasty Tom enriched tomato mix. This advert is FDA approved.
Alone, we can only go so far. But when we move together, there's no limits to where we can go. Together, we move with feel-good energy. And even if the beat stops, we create our own vibe. Multigans, we move. Always check for the Made in Ghana symbol. This advert is FDA approved.
Every child is so unique.
You like no other.
Outstanding in every way.
It's me like no other.
So anytime you walk and play,
You like no other.
you are special like Indomie.
It's me like no other.
Did you know that every child on the planet has their own unique fingerprint like no other?
You like no other. I can play the drums. I'm talented. It's me like no other. I can sing. I can dance. You like no other.
As well as their own unique talents and abilities.
I can cook. I can paint. You like no other. Indomie. It's you like no other.
So every day, in whatever you do, remember you are special in your own way, like no other.
Thank you, Mom, for letting me know I'm special and for making me my special Indomie. Thank you, Mommy. I love my Indomie.
This advert is FDA approved.
Hey, my best customers in here. Yes, baby.
Honey, men wash you why to take away back.
He's eating out again. Not saying me trying to taste in kuyi. Nya kra. Mommy ma new fella.
Tasty Tom seasoning powder.
Tasty Tom. Add the new seasoning powders about chicken, stew, jollof, shrimp, beef, udiye aduane anete. And more natural aroma. Shamankasa. The way it enhances the natural aroma. It no be small.
So what's the new season powder if it Tasty Tom there? I trust them.
And there is no staining of fish, meat, or chicken. Delicious meals all the time. Where do you go to just stop? Me need those.
Tasty Tom seasoning powder. Ooh.
New aroma.
New taste.
This is a new taste from Tasty Tom new seasoning powder.
But Honey, and
Maybe I'm not for anyway. Tasty Tom new seasoning powder. Flavor and taste. This advert is FDA approved.
Alone, we can only go so far. But when we move together, there's no limits to where we can go. Together, we move with feel-good energy. And even if the beat stops, we create our own vibe. Maltigans, we move. Always check for the Made in Ghana symbol. This advert is FDA approved.
Wait, your tomato mix. Wouldn't so one on pass. Still loud with tomato flavor, no. No color changing like traffic light. The bia cocoa, come on.
Tasty Tom dear, it will surely give you value for money. The steak and little is enough to get our desired quantity of stew and soup.
Taste not so dear. On point. Flavor near.
And it doesn't color your meat or chicken. I don't compromise on the quality of my food. Use Tasty Tom enriched tomato mix. This advert is FDA approved.
Castro again, oh, featuring Baby Jet, EBK, what do this BTO?
Teflon suit, intentional luxury. It's worth the hype.
We are back on, no, that's we are back on, no. We are back on, no, that's we are back on, no. Hey, Amoah Jan, Baby Jet, Ghana mama who offend, ready first. No repeat, no surrender. Amoah feteke, and this is Yakuma. Linda, Barbara, Monica, Jessica, Pamela, Sarah, Gift in a diner. Mudina, come on, Muyo go out. Amoah Jan, Muyo go out. Baby, you they make my mind is cut down. Ghana girl, come on, Muofe. I did that, then for you get it. Baby Jessie, Sana, Amoah Jan, Sana. Now I'm taking over, make no wonder why. My baby so fly, make no ask me why. Cause she keep me going, oh my my love, my love, my love, my love, my love. Send me a moyen and the sana,
Yes, baby.
Honey, men wash you why to take away back.
He's eating out again. Not saying me trying to taste in kuyi.
Tasty Tom.
Tasty Tom. Add the new seasoning powders about chicken, stew, jollof, shrimp, beef. The way it enhances the natural aroma.
Tasty Tom there. I trust them.
And there is no staining of fish, meat, or chicken. Where do you go to just stop? Me need also.
Tasty Tom seasoning powder. Ooh.
New aroma.
New taste.
New taste from Tasty Tom new seasoning powder.
But Honey, and
Maybe I'm not for anyway. Tasty Tom new seasoning powder. Flavor and taste. This advert is FDA approved.
Every child is so unique.
You like no other.
Outstanding in every way.
It's me like no other.
So anytime you walk and play,
You like no other.
you are special like Indomie.
It's me like no other.
Did you know that every child on the planet has their own unique fingerprint like no other?
You like no other. I can play the drums. I'm talented. It's me like no other. I can sing. I can dance. You like no other.
As well as their own unique talents and abilities.
I can cook. I can paint. You like no other. Indomie. It's you like no other.
So every day, in whatever you do, remember you are special in your own way, like no other.
Thank you, Mom, for letting me know I'm special and for making me my special Indomie. Thank you, Mommy. I love my Indomie.
This advert is FDA approved.
Wait your tomato mix. Wouldn't so one on pass. Still loud with tomato flavor no. No color changing like traffic lights. Devia cocoa come on.
Tasty Tom dear, it will surely give you value for money. This thick and little is enough to get our desired quantity of stew and soup.
Taste not so dear. On point. Flavor new.
And it doesn't color your meat or chicken. I don't compromise on the quality of my food. Use Tasty Tom enriched tomato mix. This advert is FDA approved.
Alone, we can only go so far. But when we move together, there's no limits to where we can go. Together, we move with feel-good energy. And even if the beat stops, we create our own vibe. Multigans, we move.
Always check for the Made in Ghana symbol. This advert is FDA approved.
Welcome back. We're brought to you by Kind Courtesy High Sense, everyday prizes for everyday people. Malta Guinness, Tasty Tom Enriched Tomato Paste, Tasty Tom Seasoning, Indomie. A big thank you to you to ABS Lux Line, located on Odoko Highway. Thank you very much for my outfit. To Stannis Beauty on the Boundary Road, East Legon. Thank you to the Sousa Catering Services. You're simply amazing. And our makeup is by Tinaj Beauty. Vickie.
Yes, Stacey.
You know, listening to you, I can relate. Because there are times you get in that zone and it is just you. You may have people around you, but it is just you.
Yeah.
You feel it, you see it, you live it. Every other person is just a spectator.
Yeah.
And within that time, you're able to reassess a lot of things. You're able to do an audit of your life. You're able to exempt certain people and certain things from what you know.
I mean, that's what happened to me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because there are certain people you'd feel should be there, but at that moment, they are not.
Yeah.
Sometimes even the church is not there. The service you render.
Miss Stacey, let's not go there.
Let's be honest. The service you feel you render to God through the church, at that time, you don't get that support because the church is supposed to be a sukkah. It's like a safe haven for you.
Right.
That through it, or even if everybody will turn their back, you don't expect it from the church.
Yeah.
How was it? For you to laugh, it means you've been where I went. Because you were serving in the church, you were doing everything, ministering, serving your bishop, traveling.
Yeah.
You dedicated your life to the church.
Yeah.
At that moment, where was the church?
I think that coming to, should I say, being matured in the Lord, I realized that at the time, what I thought it wasn't it.
Wasn't it?
Because the church, Miss Stacey, is you and I.
Yeah.
And I think that when we shift focus on making people idols, pastors, elders, deacons, and focusing on the one to whom we are rendering the service, I think we won't have any sort of confusion.
Yeah.
You know, I had great men and women of God who were there for me. They will come and stand with me. One of them is Reverend Joseph Yeboah and her wife, Ife Yeboah. I mean, up till now, they are the greatest buddies that my husband and I have. They stood by me. Sometimes they wonder, where's this person? Where's that person? And they'll say, Vickie, shift your focus. Don't think about it. Yeah. But sometimes it's painful.
It is.
To think that this is where you are, and so this is the kind of, help that you're supposed to get, but it's not there. But as I've matured in the Lord, I realized that is not the focus.
And sometimes I also realized that sometimes God allows these things to happen so you know that He is indeed I am.
To realign.
And it's not about a man of God, a bishop, but it's all about Him.
Yes.
So at that time, I used to be so frustrated about it. I got angry with the church. I didn't even want to see that church again. Wow. If a friend was having an event and it was in that church, I wasn't going.
Wow.
It was that bad.
It was that bad.
Till I matured. Then I realized that, you know what? It wasn't about the church.
Yeah.
It was about God. But as human as we are, sometimes we look at how selfless we were in service. So you ask yourself, why? And for me, I was like, I didn't want anything. I didn't want your money. It was just to know I belonged to a flock.
Yeah.
And that I had a shepherd. That I needed to feel my church was in prayer with me. And I didn't get that. But then God was like, but you got other people to pray with you. Because within that time, God gave me other people, gave me other family in churches that I wasn't even a member to. And it tells you that God has everything planned.
Yeah.
And it's all part of our growth as Christians.
Yeah.
And now the last time I paid a visit to the church and I started laughing. So one of the junior pastors saw me, started laughing, said, today what happened? And I said, you know what? I grew out of it. And I met with a lady, the lady pastor, the first lady of the church. And we spoke about it. And she was like, I didn't know this had happened. And she was like, I can tell you were pained. I was like, yes, I was pained. And I won't lie about it. I was pained because you expect the church to be your home. That if something is happening to me in the world, I should
be able to run.
And I felt it was taken from me. I felt you turned your back. And we had a good conversation. She was like, but I still want to see you at church. And I told her it would take time. Then she was like, no, then it means, I said, I'm over it, but I don't want to feel pressured to. I will if I feel like I want to.
Right. I believe that we just like you mentioned, we need to shift our focus. And that has been a phrase that I've been using for a long time. Shift our focus because our service is unto the Lord.
It's unto the Lord.
It's just that we have a community of believers that we expect so much from. But they are also humans. Yeah. They have their own challenges.
They have their own challenges, their own burdens. You don't know what you're going through at that time.
Yes. And sometimes it's so painful to be misunderstood by that same community that you were once a part of.
Yeah.
And that's where I think the issue is. But I thank God for all the people that He brought my way during that time. Miss Stacy, as I evaluated at the time when I was there, I realized I didn't even have enough time for my home. I mean, as I laid there, I'm like, listen, this is happening.
Taking stock. It hits you.
It hits me.
Yeah.
I'm like, this and this and this. Then I said to myself, I have to slow down for my husband, for my children, for my home, for myself.
Yeah.
Because as women, our first ministry is the home.
Yeah.
And I think that most of the time we just run after a lot of things, forgetting that, And so I had to come to that realization. And I thank God that through that, I feel that God halted me for a lot of things. Yeah. Retrospection, the church, the body of Christ, the people I surrounded myself with, and that busyness in serving him, instead of making quality time and creating that time with him. You know, in as much as I think the devil had a hand in it some way, somehow, I
It's
know
all to the glory of God.
that God had a purpose for it. Because all the amazing songs that have come out is because of that season.
Yeah.
And I can't thank the Lord enough. I can't thank him enough.
I remember people used to, so when they're like, oh, we hear somebody did. I'm like, no, nobody did. It was God. Because there are times he needs to stop you in your tracks.
Your tracks.
Just for his attention.
Right.
Just for you to fulfill his purpose for your life.
Right.
And it's actually the only time we stop.
Yes.
Because you and I, we can go. But when you get sick, you stay home.
You stay home.
So mostly, I believe it is one of the ways God uses to stop us, the busy bees.
Yes.
To listen to him.
Yeah.
To have us to himself.
Yeah.
And to allow his purpose and will in our lives. So you crying over your back was like, please take a back seat. I need to have a talk with
you. Yeah.
And look at what has come out. Now you are not busy running around for the church, but now you have time for yourself. Through that moment, you birthed your book, you birthed songs.
Yeah.
If you're running around, trust me, you will not have the time to pen anything down.
And I thank God for that. I mean, some of the songs, My Faith is in You, Nobody Like You, I mean, the Victory album. Then came the Power, the Confessions album, which has I Believe. It has It Is Well. And the Lord said, these are supposed to be prophetic songs for my people. They are supposed to declare it. As they are singing, it's prophetic. And so it is well with my soul. And one of the songs says, I believe your will for me is true. Your will for me is sure. You know, and all those songs as part of the book. So I launched the book and the song together, thanks to the late Koda. And it was amazing. I think 2019, and then suddenly COVID hit, so I couldn't promote it and all that. But it has been a blessing up until now.
When you fully recovered, how was getting back like for you into society? Like you've been away for like a year.
Yeah.
Things have happened.
Yeah.
People have made money. People have lost money. People have evolved. People have grown. And you had to start on a new slate.
Yes.
How was it for you?
It was difficult, Miss Stacy. It was. I mean, I saw colleagues moving. And just like you said, I can't stay still. I want to do a lot all the time, you know. So I'm like, what is it? Because I had to, at a point, I had to stop work and I was taking off salary because I couldn't keep up. And until I fell ill, I didn't know I was doing so much, you know. So now stopping, I had to come back home to my parents' house because my husband felt I needed a lot more support, you know. So we just carried the children. So they missed some stages of school as well because now we had to, you know, stay away. And then eventually we had to enroll them in a new school and beyond Kotoku. So it means in Sawam thereabout. That's where my parents are. And that was a whole transition. And then I realized that, hey, this is what I've been doing for my bishop all that while. Transcribing messages, translating them into books. I said, God, what can I do in this state? Because I couldn't be at that fast pace anymore. I can't get a call and run. So what can I do?
Take it easy.
I had to take it easy. So the Lord said, this is it. And then he started giving me names for a small business and Game Review Impact, editorial services. And this is where we are at. So eventually I picked up from there. So I can just sit for a few hours, get the thing transcribed. Later on in the night, get up, edit it, look for, you know, publishers to say, hey, this particular person needs this one printed. And that's how I go back into the fold.
You found new purpose.
I did.
And this time it was at your pace.
Yes.
And not anybody ordering you. No. We have to go here. You need to do this. This time you tell yourself, I can do it tomorrow.
At some point it felt so good. I mean, I didn't have to wake up so early.
It does
to run
feel
around.
good. It does feel good. I always tell people there is something about working for yourself where you're not on anybody's beck and call. Like, you wake up when you want to wake up.
Yeah.
You sleep when you want to sleep. But the interesting part is people like you and I, we still don't sleep. You're still working. Because you're used to that routine.
Yeah.
But at least there is a level of comfort and balance. When you're tired, you're tired.
Balance.
Yeah. It is all good. God has a way of molding you to becoming the person he created you to be.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's just the phase we go through that makes it look tough. But when you've gone out of it, you laugh about it. I'm sure now you laugh about some of the situations.
Yeah, some of them. I mean, I used to say to myself, I didn't know I was killing myself so much for things that quote unquote didn't matter. I didn't know I was neglecting this aspect of my life, But the waiting season, I believe, for every Christian is the hardest.
It is.
Even if it's a prophecy given you.
It is.
From prophecy to that period to manifestation.
It is.
It's the hardest.
It is.
When is it coming?
Yeah.
When is this healing becoming complete? So eventually I resorted to keeping things, in check. So my weight, what I'm eating, and it's all part of what I'm wearing, how long I wear my shoes for. So now people know me that Vickie Mountain Stage, I will show we see for my way, or will be antemasi. But they are all lifestyle changes.
You know your journey.
Yes.
You know your
I had
journey.
to make. And so it has been a journey, and I thank God so much. I thank him for not taking that season out of my life, because if he had,
and you grow
I
through
wouldn't
that
have
season.
matured. Yes.
I think I have gotten to a point in my life where my expectation of people is zero. Yeah, that's because when you've been through certain things and you've come out of it, you don't expect anything from anyone but God.
Nothing surprises you either.
And I tell myself that whatever I deal with, whatever I'm going through, it's all part of the plan. Yeah. So before I used to worry about a lot of things.
Right.
Yeah. I would ponder, I would have sleepless nights. But now when it doesn't work out, I just tell myself, be still and know
that I am good.
Once I know that if I am still and acknowledge who he is, it works out. I don't stress, man. I won't. And as Christians, that is how we have to live our lives, having confidence and knowing that he's got us.
Last year, 31st night, the Lord just spoke to me about, do it with me, Lord. And I'm like, what is that? Because every year I'm asking, what's in for the season?
Okay.
How can you use me? I'm available, And he says, the season is do it with me, Lord.
Yeah.
And then my pastor started preaching about that, and then the choir, and I began to hear the words, do it with me, Lord. Your will be done. I surrender. And I'm like, who was singing? So I quickly picked my phone. My husband doesn't like when I pick my phone. I'm like, I just got a song. He said, go ahead. And I recorded it. And then he said, this is supposed to be a song in a book.
Yeah.
And this talks about total surrender to God. That look, this is the journey. I cannot do it on my own.
Okay.
And I'm trusting you 100% to take me by the hand and lead me on. And that's what you've talked about, Miss Stacy. I believe that it's a very difficult thing for Christians. But if we can just surrender and say, Lord, this is where you have put me. Bible says that we are in here, but we are not of it. We are part of the world, but we are not of the world. But how do we navigate the seasons of life until we learn to surrender? True surrender equals true worship. And that's what birthed my news release, Do It With Me Love song, and the book to you. I was bringing you a copy. I will find
You don't have a
another way.
choice. If you didn't, you bring it.
The hard copies are finished, so
Wow.
I have to print and
Please,
bring you a copy.
special one just for me.
You're amazing. I mean, you have preached to me as you were talking. There were so many songs ringing in my head.
Is it? Please.
And I thank God for your life.
This one, my copyright concept. The concept is my copyright.
Thank you. Yes, intellectual property.
We just need to be thankful.
Yes.
For our journey.
Yes. You do not lie. You do not fail. What is hard for you to do? It doesn't exist. Oh. It can never ever exist. Oh. You're blessed, Mrs.
You're blessed, darling. So thank you very much for coming. You have been wonderful. And I'm looking forward to seeing you more. And there is something that we're going to do together. Yes, just between us, just the two of us. No one should know. I love you. I love your spirit, your calmness. And I believe I want to do that thing with you.
Thank you.
Because I've been looking for someone to do it with. And when we're on break, I just asked you. And you're like, yes. I'm like, okay, we're going to do this. So watch out for Vickie and I. We're coming out with something amazing that I know would bless a lot of people. So Vickie, before you leave, Tasty Tom wants me to play with you.
Oh.
Yeah. It's a little game. It's a little game, just a little game.
Okay.
Okay. So you would have to tear it in singles. So I'm going to count to 10.
Okay.
So I don't know how many you're going to be able to do within that short period, but it's all yours. If you're able to tear everything, then you get to have some Tasty Tom moments. So are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. So how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, you did well. It has been amazing. Thank you very much, Vickie and Amoah, for coming.
Thank you so
if we
much.
want to listen to your music, where can we listen to?
It's on all TuneCore platforms.
Oh, so Apple Music, Spotify, Boomplay, YouTube, Amazon, everywhere. What of the book?
The book is also on seller.co.
Okay.
But they can always call a contact 0.
Okay, so share the
can I share?
numbers,
Okay.
yeah.
So 0558 0558 646.
Vickie, kindly check your phone.
388.
We beg you. You can't give us wrong number.
No, it is correct. It is correct.
Okay,
0558
Okay.
646 388.
Okay. So
0558 646 388. Or they can just visit my website, vickieamoah.com.
Also on Instagram.
Also, yes, Instagram, Facebook, all of that. My Vickie is VICKIE.
Darling, thank you very much. It has been amazing, and I believe our conversation today has blessed you and has inspired you. There is nothing God cannot do. Once He has brought you here, He's got you covered. So let us try to be more thankful and be filled with praise and gratitude and leave Him to do His work. Because one thing that I know, He never fails when we call upon Him. A big thank you to our sponsors, Hisense, everyday prices for everyday people, Tasty Tom Enriched Tomato Paste, Tasty Tom Seasoning, Indomie, Malta Guinness, ABS Lux Lines, the Sousa Catering Services, Tinaj Beauty, Stanners, located on the Boundary Road, East Legon. It has been amazing. Wherever you're watching us around the world, thank you for always tuning in to watch us. And always do remember, you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. See you next week.